I decided to do a PhD partly because of my dissertation during my undergraduate degree. I just really liked having one particular area of research that you got to really home in on and focus on specifically, and I really enjoyed that aspect and being involved in research. So my PhD was in nutrition, and as part of my final year dissertation during my undergraduate degree, I got to work alongside a research project and do a clinical trial, so I really enjoyed that aspect of it. In terms of why I picked Ulster to do a PhD, I did my undergraduate at Ulster and just loved it. I had such a fantastic experience in terms of the teaching that I received, in terms of the support that I received, not just from academic staff, but also pastoral support, and also the facilities that Ulster have were just amazing. So that was another reason why I wanted to do my PhD at Ulster. The funding for my PhD was through a scholarship. So what that means is it's effectively like a monthly bursary that you get. So it's slightly different to whenever you do an undergraduate degree, in that you almost get a wage each month that you don't have to pay back. Alongside the scholarship, I also did some teaching and demonstrating in some lab classes, and with that you get paid an hourly rate. So it's a nice extra bonus coming up to Christmas or summer that you have a little bit extra money in your pocket as well. I personally couldn't speak highly enough about the support that I received during my PhD at Ulster, both in terms of my supervisors, but also the wider team in terms of the department that I was involved with. There was so much support there, even outside my supervisory team, and also in terms of the Student Union. Even as a PhD researcher, you still have access to all the facilities available through the Student Union. So I actually used the counselling service that they offer twice. It's another free service that you can get as a PhD researcher. There was no real typical day. It varied so much, which is something that I really liked. It did take a little while to get used to. I think whenever you come from an undergraduate degree where you have set lectures and set lab classes, so during the PhD you have a lot more freedom in terms of your time, and you're not really micromanaged or told how to spend your time. So it does take a little while to get used to, and you do need to have a lot of self-discipline. But my day, some days I would be in the office working on data sets or reading various papers and updating myself on the literature. Other days I could be in the lab working. Some days I've had meetings on campus. With my PhD, I was doing it in collaboration with 2 industry partners. So sometimes I would go off campus and have meetings with them and work in their lab facilities as well. So there was a real variety, and there was no 2 days that looked the same. I would say that one of the highlights of my PhD was the researcher development programme that the doctoral college put on, and I think even speaking to friends of mine who have done PhDs at different locations, that's something that really sets Ulster apart in terms of, yes, the researcher development programme, but also just the huge range of extra support that you can get from that in terms of help with public speaking, with statistics, with preparing PowerPoint presentations. There really is something for everyone, and if there was a particular aspect that you were struggling with throughout the PhD, it's more than likely that you would find something that the research and development programme is providing that you can go along to get a bit more support and improve on. During the PhD, I also got to be involved with kind of extracurricular activities outside of just my little PhD bubble, which is really nice. So actually in the first year of my PhD, I got to go to New York, which was very nice. So my PhD was focused on vitamin D, and I got to go to a conference in New York that was specifically targeted about vitamin D. Then I also entered the 3-minute thesis competition, the 3MT competition, and was really delighted to be the judge's choice and also the people's choice, which I was thrilled with. And that whole process right from the beginning of entering until the final was definitely another one of the highlights from my PhD in terms of the support that you got regarding public speaking and how to communicate your research to a non-academic audience. And I think those are skills that I'll still use long after my PhD's over. I think there's lots and lots of benefits to doing a PhD, and it definitely is a roller coaster, but ultimately at the end, the highs far, far outweigh any potential lows or any struggles. And I know that there's so many skills that I've gained from my PhD that I didn't have just from my undergraduate degree, in terms of really knowing how to do research well, being an independent researcher, using my initiative, solving lots of problems, using teamwork skills, and actually knowing that your work is making a difference and really taking control of your own work and taking control of your own time, and having, I think, a lot more confidence in yourself as well, and a lot more belief in what you're capable of doing.